Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Star Trek Let's Play. And basically, I'm just doing a little show and tell of two of my ships that I got recently. The first one I'm going to show is the one that I got free with the event, which is the Elachi Frigate. And what I've got equipped onto this Elachi Frigate is the 6 of the Elachi weapons that was given free with me. You get 8 in total, and you get a choice of the cannons and beams, so it doesn't just do a random choice like it normally would do. It actually gives you an actual choice of what you want, and the call come as Mark 12s basically. So it gives you enough weapons to equip your new free ship anyway. But what I also done is I equipped my Resident Destructors set, which you can get free with a mission, and it's easy to get those. And also what you get with this ship, you also get the Universal Elachi Rift Jump, which is similar to the ones that the Undine use in the Undine boxes. Is that you can also get, it's basically like a fluidic jump drive, but just with, I would say, with the same effects, but just a little bit more of a spore drive-like effect to it, just an addition. But either way, I would say this is more like the upgraded version of it, in my opinion, because it gives you plus 17.1 accuracy, plus 17.1 Starship Energized Hull Plane, which improves energy damage resistance, basically. But when you phased out normal space for 5 seconds, it will give you 400% turn rate, 400% flight speed, and so forth and so on, which you can actually see on the information there. And it is quite handy to have, but I can see myself rarely using it. But however, at the same time, I probably might use it to escape, like to actually escape to repair my ships. It all depends, but I'm not saying it's a bad console or anything, because it is pretty good and it's very handy, because everyone has their own ways of using their consoles. Now, you may notice that my critical chance is at 13% on this, and severity is quite low as well, but that's because with this character I haven't actually got like the fleet tactical consoles and such, and I haven't actually equipped the Borg set or anything like that. I wanted to just basically show the actual ship and what it can do, basically. If you wonder what this device is, it's basically the Hall image refractors that comes with the Discovery lockbox. No, it doesn't come with the Discovery lockbox. I'm an idiot. It comes with the Kelvin lockbox, the new one. And what it basically does, it cloaks your ship for a while and just repairs your ship. But however, you aren't able to move while with that. But however, as you are unable to move, it also gives you temporarily invincibility, I guess, if that's the right word. But either way, it keeps your ship cloaked, but it just takes your engines offline. And that's really just basically the main consoles I've got on the ship. Obviously, this set is the adaptive Klingon Honor Guard gravitation. Sorry, I was actually reading actually what the frigging thing was. Adaptive Klingon Honor Guard set. Sorry, I do apologise. I was actually reading what that said. I was like, wait, I'm not meant to be reading what that says. I was actually meant to be saying what the set was. So yeah, basically the set is the Adaptive Klingon Honor Guard. Anyway, you get the gist what I'm trying to say. Ugh, I'm in noob mode today. But anyway, enough of me going on. As you can see, it's quite a nice little ship. And I do mean it's very little, but it's quite nimble as well. And personally, I think it's okay. Now, the colours for it, the actual colours for it is not actually its traditional colours. Its traditional colours is more of that of the Elachi colours, like the blacks and greens and such. But the reason why this one looks like this colour is because I've got a Veranity shield on it, which is the Nakura Strike Force one. That's why it looks more like silvery and with the blue little bits along it. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this into one of its testing grounds, which would be the... I won't put it in Hyphon stock because I know that thing will get blown up because it's no way ready for that. I'll put it in the Infected. That's usually the best place to do little test outs on. Sometimes doing things like the Cure and such like that is good for testing this out, but for me, I wouldn't recommend myself going into things like Cure or the Kittimer Vortex with this one at the moment. Not until all the weapons are all upgraded. I mean, with what I've got now, it's fine, but it's just the weapons that I'm more concerned about, because if I can't do enough hits, then it's going to cause issues. Where with the Infected Conduct, I can actually got more of a chance, and plus, that one's more of the easy ones to actually do proper tests on. Now, I'm not sure how long this thing's going to take to start, because... Oh, there we go. Because usually I'm waiting for a long while for these things to start. But also, once this is over, now I'll show you the other ship, and what I'll do with that one is take it to... on another mission, because... not another mission, another PvE event. So that way, not only that you get to see a different event, but also you get to see... that one in action, plus that one's a lot more equipped and better than what this one is. I won't tell you what one it is I've got yet until I actually get round to it, but it is basically a Kelvin ship I've got. But it's not the Vengeance or the D4 and such. It's one of the other ones. Just waiting for this to start. While I wait for it to start, I may as well salvage these. Yeah, again, I do have a lot of things in my inventory there. And as usual, when I'm always busy, it starts up. But hey, I love it that way. I've noticed that the PvE events have taken longer to start up in this game than what it used to. And all the lag. I hope I don't have that rubber banding effect. So I'm just trying to zoom in on my ship so that you can actually see it a little bit more clearer. No, don't shoot the gateway. This is why I say don't shoot the gateway. It's best to aim for the actual proper targets and then go for the gateway last. Well, I'll say go for the tactical cube last. Then, yeah, you get the gist. Most of you do. Because I'm pretty sure you've seen me play this more than enough times. And it looks like again we've got a good team. I'm impressed here. Now the only thing is this ship is pretty weak because again it's not fully upgraded. I haven't actually got it fully leveled up either because all the masteries are not mastered up. And another thing, because it's classed as a frigate, it does have like two of the engineering you know, these two things down here basically, like the command things, which again is very handy to use, especially if you're an engineer or such. But again, you don't even have to be an engineer to have those on the ship. You can even be a PSI or attack. So either way, I'd just say they're handy all round. You may notice that the Elachi weapons are doing quite poor damage at the moment compared to what they could really be doing. It's because they do need some TLC and some true upgrading. But the thing I like about the Elachi weapons is they have their own unique look to them. They look very classical, and also they can actually penetrate through, if I'm not mistaken, they can penetrate through part of the shields and such. But either way, I do like them. I like the way they, you know, fire and how they look more. I don't know, have that kind of like that arc-like look to it, or something. Arch, even, sorry, not arc. Yeah, it just kind of gives that retro look to it. Why not? I may as well take those. Could do with the salvaging. Yeah, you may notice that I mostly got engineering equipped onto this ship because I'm trying to take more advantage of the engineering abilities. Not because my character is an engineer, but mainly because I'm just taking full advantage of the engineering areas and that, because they are very handy to have on your ship most of the times. But however, I'll say both tech, science and engineering has their pros and cons, you know. You know, I may as well show you this thing. But you see what I mean? It's I'm not sure if I said this before, but the effects of that looks kind of like similar to the one from the Undine, like the Undine used when they jump to between fluid space and this realm, and then suddenly just come out of it. So it's similar to that. I'm not sure if I'm explaining that right there. Again, feel free to correct me on this one, because my knowledge on the Undine are quite limited still, because yes, I've watched Voyager and such like that, and I've played the game quite a few times and that, but I'm still limited of what some of the stuff can do. But yeah, that's the Elachi Frigate shown, and looks like it's leveled up in one of its masteries. That's one thing I need to show you while I'm here. No, I don't want to go to Riser. Not in the holiday mood yet. Right, masteries. Now, on the masteries area, the first mastery you achieve is the enhanced hull plating, which gives you 20 plus on energy damage resistance, 25 plus on radiation damage resistance and such. And then you got the second one, which is 15% critical severity. Then you got the third, which is regenerates the hull and such. Well, increases to regeneration and such. And then you got the fourth one, which gives you 5 plus accuracy. And then you got the fifth one, which gives you evasive maneuvers. So it is pretty not bad thing, really. And especially for a freebie that they're giving away, I'd say it's a pretty good thing. Now, switching over to the new ship that I got recently, which is the D7 Kelvin Timeline Heavy Destroyer. Now, I know some people say, oh, why didn't you go for the Federation Destroyer and such like that? I thought, I may as well go for the D7. I know some people say, it looks too much like the other ones, but, you know, I just went for it. I don't know, just, I fancied being, I don't know, just having the D7, I guess. But, yeah, with this one, as you already can tell, I've already got all the masteries up, and now, these are not its original colours. I just only painted it, basically, these colours. And I'm actually impressed with its overall design and such. Especially where they're giving the neck more of a, like a fatter look and such. Like with the, zooming properly, mouse. Like with these parts here. And then you've got the typical headpiece of the traditional D7. Even the engine parts. Even the back where the torpedo system is. And even the front torpedo and such. I mean, it just looks truly nice, especially when you've got these weapons here. And when you go into combat mode, these things actually pop out. And I think that's a nice little touch in that. Ooh, zoom out. Sorry, I'm having a little trouble zooming out there. I really need a new mouse. I keep saying that. But, yeah. What I've got equipped to the ship is mostly a plasma set. Now, the plasma set I've got is the one from the Lucari Reputation set. Now, I haven't got all three of the Reputation set equipped to this. I only got 2 sets because of the set 2 abilities, what it can give and such. But what I've mostly got equipped onto this is the 3-piece set of the like the, I'm not sure if I'm going to say this correctly, it's the ultimate ultimate um, plasma set, basically. Like, you get the ultimate plasma dual banks, the modified Kelvin torpedo, and the modified swarm processor. And these 3 pieces are definitely worth getting, in my opinion. Yes, the cost will be, but it was definitely worth getting, because this thing here gives you 3% critical chance when equipped and 26.7 accurate rate, which actually does help in the long run, especially if you're trying to up your criticals. I mean, if you look at my critical chance, that's gone up to 22 compared to what the other one had. And yes, that's due to the fact I also got the 0-point energy contact on there. I could easily put the Borg set on there, but I'm not going to. I think 22% is enough for me. And plus, I've got this thing on there to add a little bit more to the percentage as well. But what comes with this ship also is, I just realised I made a mistake. I pointed to the dual banks instead of the actual other thing that you get as a set. It's the plasma 360 weapon that you get with it. It's not the dual banks. It's that thing. I do apologise there. So it's that one you get as part of the lobby set. These ones came with the lockbox, basically, that I opened up, at which I spent my 3 upgrade tokens that you get with the event, and these are like the maximum upgrade tokens, and I basically spent all 3 of them on basically 3 of these weapons, basically, to get them up and running. Yes, I still got the rest at level 12, well, Mark 12s and such, but I will get them upgraded and such. And even this thing as well, which is the experimental weapon that comes with the ship, which is point defense. And this thing is absolutely very incredible to have on the ship, because it actually does hit a lot of the little targets, or whether your ship's like surrounded by torpedoes and such, it actually really hits out on them. This device is also another handy device to have. It's a universal advanced engagement system. It gives you 22.9% flight turn rate, and it gives you an 8.6 hull capacity percentage. And basically, when activated, it gives you a plus damage resistance and damage attacker, shield team for damage taken. It gives you plus 30 all damage resistance rating for 20 seconds. Reflects up to 19.95 incoming energy damage back to the target for 20 seconds with 50% shield penetration. Cannot critical hit. After 20 seconds, applies daring to do better shield, which team absorbs up to 33% of the damage taken during daring to do better for 20 seconds. So it's quite a handy console to have. But this one, I'll say, is very handy, not just due to the fact it can give you criticals now, but this console also gives you a little drone that actually also helps. Yes, it's only one small little drone. Now, I can't see it that well on this thing, but there it is, that little yellow thing there. Now, that ultimate drone is ultimate drone, so I can't even pronounce it right. That ultimate drone is actually very handy to hit at other targets. It does do quite a bit of damage, plus the combination with my firing as well. So it really does help out a lot. But as for the ship's masteries, it's basically like your typical destroyer class. You got 5+ accuracy rating. You got 15% critical severity. You got 2.5 critical chance, which is handy for this. 10% kinetic damage, 10% energy damage, and then your trait is into the fray, which gives plus critical chance a shield facing damage, plus critical severity when surrounded. Sorry, as shield facing damage. I can't even get my English right today. But yeah, that's another handy trait to have as well. I haven't got it equipped though because I've got other traits equipped. But yeah, as you can tell, I've got like the tactical plasma infuser for the plasma set. It's and such. These ones are not exactly the best ones, but they are good for now until my fleet gets up to a certain point where I can actually buy the fleet module, like the fleet consoles and such, to actually allow me to equip this with. So I can buy the actual fleet consoles that I can equip this ship with, so it can give me better criticals and so forth and so on. And also, I apologise in advance if my explaining is terrible here. It's just due to the fact that I'm a little bit out of touch at the moment, so you have to forgive me if I sound a bit funny or off at the moment, but I can assure you that's only temporarily. It's just that my brain is not exactly 100% in gear today. So feel free to take a mick out of that one. Right, let's go for all disconnected and cure. Oh, sorry, I may as well do that. There we go. So let's go and do that one. And basically, this one also comes with the battle cloak, but it has the Discovery battle cloak, which you can see here. Right, let's go and put this into... Oh wait, still going for its briefing. Yep. Oh, now it goes through the conversation ring. Ugh, bit late. You may notice that the plasma weapons are a lot more quicker. And I've only noticed that as well with this lot. And I think this plasma set that I've got on me is very effective and very good. Especially... oh wait, I meant to be aiming for that probe. Especially when it comes to taking up targets. And I just love the way it fires. And the sound effects sounds amazing too. Even though you can't hear it due to the other firing that well. But every now and again you do tend to hear its little pew pew noises and such. And you may notice that there is a spray of blue like bullets coming out of my ship, or lasers coming out of my ship, or projectiles coming out of the ship, should I say. And that's the point the fence matrix doing that allows you to, well, that allows your ship to create a spray of projectiles to take out any threats nearby your ship and such and so forth. And we must have a really powerful team because we are doing extremely well here. Mind you, these guys are probably high DP'd. Yes. Also, I forgot to mention the whole the lobby console, well, the lobby set of the ultimate weapons. This thing gives you kind of a 12-second firing circle, kind of like a speed up on your weapons. So it creates like a haste for weapons, basically. I will actually activate that and just give a demonstration of it, but it's not as fast as compared to when I use the rapid fire for the cannons, but it still gives a little bit of speed towards it. But when you do use the rapid fire cannons, obviously it makes it a lot more quicker. But again, that is quite a handy little thing to have. But what I find even more handy when equipping just only the actual swarm console alone is that it gives you a little swarm drone that actually helps. That's the main thing that I find very handy about that. But yeah, having the whole set put together is quite really nice. I mean, especially the Kelvin torpedoes and the actual Omni beam as well. Got to remember to keep at least 5 kilometers away from that thing, because otherwise, if I get any closer, she's going to cloak. I did try and back off on that, but maybe I should have done it a bit more quicker. No, I won't have that. I'll just wait for her to show up. Oh, she's appeared on top of me. Oh, that was no point in me using that there. But at least you know what that's like. It's kind of like using one of the science abilities. There she is. But again, luckily we've got a good team here that's actually doing a heap load of damage. Oh, she's over there. But yeah, that was not a bad run. But the weapons that does come with the ship is the typical standard destructor weapons that I will suggest immediately change for your more best weapons. But the ship itself and the actual consoles and experimental weapon that comes with it is pretty solid in my opinion. I mean, I know some people say, oh yeah, but the Discovery version comes with the swarm drones and such like that, and you know, I can understand where they're coming from that, because those swarm drones are absolutely deadly and such. But in my opinion, I think this one is pretty solid in my opinion. I mean, I absolutely like it, and I feel that the point defense matrix is kind of like a counter to those swarm drones in some way. So if this was to go up against the Discovery D7, I would say this one will probably have the perfect counter for the drone swarms. Now, I'm not saying that it could actually, you know, defeat the actual D7 from the Discovery era or anything like that, because at the end of the day, it all depends on the player. Because as you've seen, there are players that have an incredible amount of DPS on their ships, which is damage per second, in case any of you are wondering still. But overall, I will definitely say, if you're looking for a D7, you want to get one, and you want to choose between either the Kelvin era or the Discovery era, I would say to you, go with what you feel is more suited to you. I went with this one because mainly for the style. I do like the Kelvin style ships and such, and I went for this one mainly due to the style of it. Plus the fact that it has its own little animation where its guns just pop out and start shooting and so forth. But also plus, you know, I just wanted a D7 that looked pretty cool, you know, and this one, in my opinion, was pretty decent and pretty cool. And if any of you are probably wondering if this ship is worth buying, again, I will say, yes, this ship is worth buying. And I will say also, even though I haven't got the Discovery D7, I also say the Discovery D7 is also worth getting as well. But it's all down to what you feel like, and it's all down to what you feel is suited for you. I mean, if you feel that the ship's not your style, or that you don't like the look of it, you prefer another ship, then by all means go for any ship that suits you, I would say. But in my opinion, I'll say this ship is pretty solid and it's pretty much A-OK. And I would actually definitely give it 2 thumbs up, because it is such a joy to actually play with and actually fly around with. It's quick, it's nimble, it lives up to its destroyer class. I mean, the weapons on this thing is just amazing. Yes, these weapons don't come with the ship, because you have to open up the boxes to get these weapons and get the lobes, the body set and such. But with all this combined together, with the Elachi plasma weapon and such. I would say it is definitely a good mix, I would say, in my honest opinion. And if any of you are wondering what that is, that's basically the red matter capacitor. That came with one of the Phoenix boxes that I chose. And it's not a bad console to have, because it does give you plus 25 all power levels for 22.5 seconds. But yeah, and that's all I've got.